Mixologik is a bartending company run by India's famous mixologist, Mr. Nischal Gurung, who is there with us today himself, who has over 25 years of experience in the hospitality industry. Nischal is an alumni of IHM Kolkata 1996 batch and has worked at the Hyatt, New Delhi, and worked as an instructor at Food and Craft Institute in Darjeeling. IHM, for you guys, is a full promise. It's a Hotel Management Institute, right? It's all over India, right? And he's done his Hotel Management from Calcutta. He passed off in the year 1996, and he's worked at the prestigious Hyatt Regency in New Delhi. And he's also worked as an instructor at the Food and Craft Institute in Darjeeling, where our chef also has passed out from. So Nischal and Yangdup Lama partnered and opened Cocktails and Dreams Bar School in 2003. So way back in 2003, he started his own school of bartending. Mixologist was established in 2011 and specialized in bartending, consultancy and training for bars and various liquor brands, freelance bartending, catering to various events like weddings, fashion shows, liquor launches, music festivals and corporate events across India and other countries, and runs a bar school in New Delhi where he develops and trains professional and amateur bartenders. Mixologik has been handling events, shows and weddings across India, UK, Thailand, Singapore, Middle East and Africa. Some big events done by us in India are Bollywood Music Project 2018, Road to Ultra 2017, Sunburn 2014, 2015-16. So 3 years they catered to Sunburn, and where they catered to around 16,000 people with a team of 160 bartenders. EDC 2016, Bacardi NH7 Weekender 2013-2015, and Delhi Fashion Week. We also are the official bartenders for the Hoven Polo Cup, Diageo events, and Pernod Ricard. Mixology also runs a bartending school where the team teaches both professional students who want to take up bartending as a career and fun bartending sessions, especially for people who want to learn as a hobby, learn few cocktails and bar tricks. Mixologik has trained more than 10,000 bartenders who are working in bars across India, cruise liner and hotels abroad. The company has done training for liquor market companies such as Bacardi, Martini India Limited, Diageo India Limited, Pernod Ricard, Radico Khaitan, Dabur, Four Seasons Wine, Hayward's Black and Tuilo. Mixologist has also designed bars and beverage menu consultancy for standalone restaurants and bar. Some of the recent works are for He Said, She Said in New Delhi and Mumbai, the Centenary Park, Delhi Gymkhana Club, the Sarai Jaisalmer, Amanbagh, Rajasthan, etc. The recent projects which have been completed are cocktail menu planning and training for KYLIN and Kukri Rum in Nepal, and training of the staff of Hotel Kukun, Dhanbad. The current projects are for a new bar called Mystery of Bar at Sector 29, Gurgaon, and new bar for Kailin called IVA, Wine. Nischal also conducts sessions for corporates on beer, wines, whiskey, cocktails and mocktails. Few of his clients are RBS, HCL, American Express, Google, Standard Chartered, Turner, Microsoft, HSBC, Times Innovation, etc. So you can see the illustrative profile of our guest speaker for the day. And now I would like to invite Mr. Gurung to have a communication with us. So all over to you, sir.
Standing platform. Good morning, everyone. So, good to see you here. Thanks for being a management institute on Broadway. I'm also from Darjeeling. I'm based from Darjeeling. Left Darjeeling in 1991-92 to do my further studies in Calcutta, right? So Calcutta, where I did hotel management for 3 years, and I used to be like you know, listening to some teachers coming and kina bole wala hai, kanina aera bole wala, right? But what we are trying to say here is our experience that we have, okay? The kind of industry that we are going into, we are venturing into, that's very, very important. What I want to say is we are all in hospitality trading. Hospitality, and service, okay? So tourism, hospitality, it's all about service oriented. So our business is all service, okay? So when you serve with a smile. That's very good. What kind of smile? Genuine smile, all right? It should be like but you always have to serve with a smile. It should come from within. That's important. Your industry will not have fun at all. Okay? Our industry is very big. Hospitality is very, very big itself. Okay? So you got to choose a lot. Okay? So we have kitchen, we have F&B service, we have housekeeping, we have front office, then all we got some marketing, sales, my industry which I chose was food and beverage industry, okay? F&B service. Although I was very good in kitchen, a lot of my teachers were very disappointed when I chose food and beverage because they wanted me, they knew that I was very good in kitchen. But when I went for my training for 6 months in Delhi, kitchen environment, tense up like, although I was good, I did not like the environment. So I shifted to F&B service. Why? Because it was meeting people, greeting people, interacting with a lot of other celebrities. So it was very nice in terms of that way. So I landed up in food and beverage service. Now food and beverage, when you say food and beverage is also very big, I can elaborate. So we have restaurants, we have coffee shops, we have bars, we have banquets, okay, we have poolside cafe, outdoor catering, F&B service and everything. Now I started liking bar. Why? One guess? Alcohol, alright? Not for drinking, not for drinking, but for serving. Not alcohol, for mixing, okay? Mixing purpose, creativity. Okay, kitchen was just bar also has the same experience. Varieties of alcohols that are there, different bases. That's where the idea came. It came from the kitchen only. How to mix things with different things and how to present it. Drinks one take. So my whole concept changed from kitchen to the F&B service. F&B service, I focus more on the beverage, food and beverage. There are two parts of F&B service, food and beverage. So I focus on the beverage part and took it very seriously itself. That's how I landed where I am today itself. Okay? So 96, 97, 98, 99, I worked with the Hyatt Delhi. Okay? Hyatt Delhi is one of the biggest chains of hotel restaurants from America. Hyatt Magic was only when you pass out, they take you from a very, very low level, zero. You start from zero. Although I'm a hotel management diploma holder, if I go to another hotel, they'll give me as HOMT, higher post. If I 6 months, I'm an assistant manager. But whereas in Hyatt, you're taking me from waiter level. Join waiter. So I said, okay, let me try. Let me give, because it's a good chain. That's it. I joined from the waiter level. That's how the base becomes stronger. So waiting comes, you understand what the main service part is. Then you graduate 6 months, you become the regular. Then you become the captain, and then the assistant manager, and then the manager itself. So that's how you rise in any field itself. But going into bars, again, bar, again, a lot of people think bar ma drink or servants. Bar ma food pani servants. Right? Bar ma different kinds of, just khana ma soup. We call it as appetizers, soups, drinks pani. We have aperitifs, starters, drink or starter. Just then we have the main spirits, liqueurs, different major spirits like whiskey, brandy, gin, rum, vodka, tequila. These are major spirits. And then we have some other category called wine. Wines, only different kinds of varieties of wines are there. Okay, still wine, sparkling wine, fortified wine, aromatized wine, किसिमको हुँदो रहेछ. So this is how we started learning, and everything is served in different ways itself, different glassware, different ways itself. That is why the elaboration, when we say bar, we don't limit ourselves just to the bar itself. We have limit to the entire world itself. So when you're doing bartending, we have to have big knowledge about beverages. A beverage, alcohol, non-alcohol. My alcohol is alcohol, some chemicals, non-alcoholic beverage. Okay, so you have to have big knowledge about non-alcoholic beverages. Non-alcoholic, hot, cold. Hot we have a varieties of hot drinks like
tea, coffee.
Yeah, tea, coffee, milk. These are the main base. Tea. How many kinds of teas are there? Can I hear? How many kinds of teas are there?
Green tea, black tea.
There is no such thing as black tea. We have categories called the Darjeeling tea, where we are from the region. We have categories called the oolong tea. Okay, we have categories called the Earl Grey. Sorry, American tea. What's American tea?
Black tea.
Okay, so we have categories. We have kombuchas now. New age cocktail now. Kombucha users. Kombuchas are fermented. More fermentation. So tea, these are the varieties from where we can create a lot of mocktails and cocktails. Okay, coffee. There are varieties of coffee. If you go to a coffee shop now, with Kalimpong, there is a lot of coffee shop, and coffee is becoming a major part of Kalimpong thing itself. So we have espresso, ristretto, cappuccino. Most of us know only cappuccino or cafe latte. Then we have americano and a mochaccino. So they have again varieties of coffees itself. So mixability is what is very, very important here. Your coffee. That's not the normal coffee. And then espresso, espresso machine freeze on them, steam the normal coffee is steam. It is very, very concentrated and bitter coffee itself. Okay, double espresso. So these are different varieties of coffees that are there. So even non-alcoholic beverages, these are varieties of bunjaki that helps you in building more mocktails and cocktails for creativity. So it's not just related to alcohol. A lot of people say bartending, alcohol. It can be non-alcoholic beverage also. Non-alcoholic bars are mocktails, juices, varieties of juices. Nowadays we have an age where people only want fresh juices coming in. They don't want, any kind of packaged juices. There's a hotel called Aman. You can search online. Aman Bagh, Aman Kora in Bhutan, Amaniba. So they are only specializing in organic, natural food and beverages. They don't want anything mixing, even the mixes. The syrups are not use that. Why? They want everything natural. Just for the rules. So the varieties that we give in bars are also huge. So bartending, the person who is doing service of food and beverage in a bar, in a coffee shop, in a restaurant, because even a restaurant has a bar, even a coffee shop, if you go to a coffee shop, you can order a glass of beer or a glass of wine or a cocktail also. Okay, outdoor catering money, beverage servants, okay, but they are in very small scale. If you go to a restaurant, food ko menu bar ko menu okay. Whereas if you go to a bar, beverage ko menu, there are more selections of beverage. Only food menu is small. Why? Because we want to specialize only on beverages part. So we have different varieties of food and beverages. Okay. So bartending, today it's a very, very big growing culture in India itself. Earlier when I joined as a bartender, our career was like, we used to be called as a waiter only. There was no term as a bartender in India at that point of time. So that is when, in 2003, we decided to open a bar school where we wanted to train professionals. Okay, the word professional, expert. Okay, only specializing in the field of bar itself. Because kitchen, there are so many people specializing in Chinese cuisine, continental cuisine, Mexican cuisine. So it becomes very specific. Okay, bar we our hotel management basics, but to specialize, you have to do a specialized course itself to basically get more knowledge on that particular product itself. So that is when we designed a course. Initially, support because we had worked in a bar, we knew how important a bartender was because you can just open a bottle of beer and just pouring one technique once. So technique is there, how much of fizz to give with fizz or without fizz, glass chill. So that is where the expertise of bartending comes in. So we specialize in small nitty-gritty things when you bartend. So when you say professional, we are an expert. Anything. If you go abroad, barber, he's a professional, he charge you. Or cobbler, but he is not learned it properly. But bar, the foreign country, when you have to get a license. Even I, if I go to work in abroad, I also have to go and get a license for working as a bar because I need to be an expert in that particular field itself. You can't just take a person without just having experience here. Professional certificate pass. And the main thing about bar our service, because we are handling alcohol, and alcohol is a intoxicating substance, so we have to have knowledge about alcohol, what it does to your human body, how it is produced, what reaction would people have, so different people react in different manner, how to handle them, that is my responsibility. So in foreign countries, bartending experience, we have to go through a class called the RSA, Responsible Service of Alcohol. Okay, where they teach you again, they will tell you कि alcohol यो whiskey ले बनेको हुन्छ, यो यति alcohol हुन्छ यसमा, यो खाने यस्तो हुन्छ, यति खाने कति concentration of alcohol कसरी हुन्छ, यसले try गर्नु पाउँछ कि पाउँदैन. Every knowledge is very important. अगर तिम्रो बारमा खाएर गयो, accident गर्यो, even I'll be caught. Why? मेरो bill कहाँको छ, मेरो बारको छ. तैँले सर्भिस किन बेसी गरिस्? त्यसले गाडी चलाउँदै थियो भने तैँले limited fees दिनु पर्थ्यो. So it is my responsibility also. I'll be in a different kind of bar. So this is very bar basically. So it's just not sitting there behind and making drink, mixing drink and serving it. That is only one part of my job. The rest 99 part of my job is also setting up, facility set up, chilling, inventory, then last one, your part, service the subsidy part. Preparation, visa plan. What does that mean? Putting things in place. If it's not in place, then I'm also displaced. So everything has to be put in place. Everything. Beer glass beer glass beer order 8-hour shift, I'm tired, exhausted. Why? Because the bar setup was wrong. Everything is wrong. So this is where professional comes into play. Reason. You have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reasons why it has to be here. That is what professional means. Okay? But in order to be a professional bartender, you have to do courses like this, management courses or then only you have an understanding itself. So when you do a certain kind of course, I mean ultimately you want to earn money, right? Obviously you want to do a career, you want to make a career, go out, earn money. Money cash. So my cash is spelled with a K, not with a C. K-A-S-H, cash. K, the most important part for me, knowledge. Knowledge, two kinds of knowledge. One, what you learn here, product knowledge. Whatever you want to be specializing in or whatever you want to be, product knowledge is very important. Okay? Which the institute will provide you. Product, everything. Nitty gritty. कसरी बनिन्छ, कहाँबाट आएको, origin कसले भएको, त्यसको कतिवटा cocktail बनिन्छ, knowledge. केमा सर्भ गर्नुपर्छ, कुन चाहिँ glass, कति ml, knowledge. अर्को knowledge चाहिँ के हो? It's very common  general knowledge. Okay, general knowledge भनेदेखि it becomes very general. That's why we do schooling. We have to take 10+2 student like management, mathematics, geography, history, environment, news every day. सबै हामीले लिएको हुन्छ किनभने यो बात विचार गरेर सधैँ खालि सोध्दैन यो बिस्टी कसले बनाएको सोध्दैन भयो खानु भयो आजको म्याच को छ थाहा छैन हैन यु डोन्ट ह्याभ एनी कन्भर्सेसन टु टक थाहा छैन किनभने आई एम नट थट अबाउट द्याट इट्सेल्फ यहाँबाट एयरपोर्ट कति टाढो sorry so your conversation becomes further and further with the rest. There's no connect because when you come to a bar you don't generally discuss alcohol because alcohol to खाइरहेको छ थाहै छ भने खाली कोही बेला सोध्छु यो बोतल नयाँ बोतल रहेछ कुन चाहिँ हो we have an information को म्याच चल्दैछ no interest cricket golf थाहा छैन so there will be disconnect but if you have an answer knowledge to converse you become closer to your customers itself everything you know answer you don't need to know everything but you need to know few things like news every day okay few things we do not discuss with our clients politics religion these are two things we don't discuss in the bar we always about the client can discuss whatever our client or pura gara mo mero view bhandina I'm basically very general view I respect all religion I respect all party they have to come and do a good work that's it I don't give my personal view किन किनभने को कुन चाहिँ पार्टी हो कुन चाहिँ रिलिजन हो मन दुख्ला जो भन्ला मन दुख्ला हैन उनीहरु आफैमा ठिकै छ साथीभाइहरु बाँच्न सक्छ तर I cannot comment on that भोलि आएर यसले त यो यसमा ढुङ्गाएका वे हैन so you have to be like that two things we don't discuss in our bar is politics and religion otherwise we are very open so knowledge A attitude very important yes we need some attitude but we need the right kind of attitude positive what is positive attitude very important I'll ask you a question okay just listen very carefully okay and give me an answer 1 + 1 is 2 2 + 1 is 3 3 + 1 is 5 5 + 1 is 6 what did you do
2 + 1 is 4
sorry 3 + 1 is 4 you always focus on my wrongs but how many right did I get 3 which is wrong 3 right but one wrong number so our mindset is always negative we always look at the negative part of the people client is आयो कस्तो मोटी मान्छे प्लस सब गरिदिनु उसको कति पैसा छ 10,000 को स्पेन्ड गर्छ कि हैन बुझ्यो this is the attitude that you have look at the positive don't look at the negative तर हाम्रो माइन्डसेट के छ पहिले सानैदेखि हाम्रो नेगेटिभ मा फोकस बेसी हुन्छ मोर देन द पोजिटिभ एक नेगेटिभमा फोकस गरे भने इट्स अल नेगेटिभ your mind is already negative focus on the positive that is called positive attitude is very important in our industry hotel industry especially third thing skill okay like SKAS stands for skill is something that you practice some skills are natural कसैको गाउने छ कोही बोल्ने हुन्छ कोही डान्स हुन्छ natural skills but some skills you come to learn त्यो लर्न गर्दा चाहिँ के हुनुहुन्छ राम्ररी सिक्नुपर्छ स्किल चाहिँ I mean to barको skills someone is into kitchen को skills okay skill and the last thing is the most important H KASH is called habit आदत बनाउनुपर्छ every day I want to learn something new every day I want to keep a positive attitude which is the most difficult every day I want to learn a skill enhance a skill for myself so if you have these 4 things KASH you can convert that K into C very easily itself cash fires whereas it's just a matter of motivating yourself to do that itself okay it's tough out there it's not easy I will not say it's easy if I say it's easy then I'll be telling you a lie hotel industry is the most difficult industry of all the industries that you work in okay the most difficult because we have the time to go in we don't have time to come out okay your offs can be cancelled anytime okay CL PL only once you become to the higher level then you start getting those itself when you're in the lower level everything is cancelled out itself okay you work almost 12 to 13 hours a day every day is that job is standing job physically you have to be fit bars yes music glaring gone for a toss. बारमा काम गर्छ है, डिस्कोमा काम गर्छ, कस्तो मजा आउँछ है, काम चाहिँ गइसक्यो, सुन्दिनँ, ए सुन्दैन, घरमा आएर पनि सुन्दैन, कराइरहेको रहेछ. I worked in a disco for 6 months. Hyatt disco was called as the Oasis, one of the most happening discos of our time. Okay, very happening, always packed. तर घरको दाजु के त भइरहेको हुन्छ, अलिक ठुलो छोरी बोल्ने भने किन कराएको, साथीहरू किन कराएको, त्यस्तो किन काम त्यस्तो आँखा झिलिक बढी झिलिक होइन. सो यु गोट टु लर्न साइन ल्याङ्ग्वेजेस, आँखाले इसारा त्यस्तो हेर्नु के हुन्छ. अनि कान हियर बोल्दा किचन पनि सुन्दैन, देन साइन ल्याङ्ग्वेज लाटाको हुन्छ, यो बटल देखाउँदै बात गर्छ. सो adaptation, you got to adapt yourself to situations. So it's a very, very difficult job. Standing, physical, creates a rotom, beer bottle rotom, Maila acting glass, it's my job. Nobody else will do it for me. I can't wait for a kitchen staff to come, utility staff to come and pick up the glasses. Take glass of my wife, your glass and by the way, Myron be thrown is often, Savas, nothing is Savas, to be thrown on the kina. Guess it is our buildings, take glass on the food service. It's a very demanding job. It looks nice, but it is very demanding itself. But yes, it is fun also. Why? You can sing along, you can talk along, you can dance along. It's up to you. If you want to look at the positive way, you can look at the positive. If you want to look at the negative way, you can look at the negative way. But it takes a physical toll on your body. You have to be prepared for that itself. But the fruits are good itself. Fruits, why? Because once you do bartending, you work as a bartender. If you want to work, if you have further experience, then you can go to a liquor market company. Liquor market companies are amazing. Company, just say you beers around, Tuber, Carlsberg around, Carlsberg company, Diageo company is one of the largest alcohol beverage company in the world. If you work for Diageo, that's the ultimate job for us itself. Diageo, various kinds of single malts. Macallan, Oban, Singleton, Scotch whiskey, Black Label, John York, vodka mas, they make Smirnoff, Ginma, Gordon's. So they have a huge range of the biggest brand chain of alcohol brand in Diageo. So they can work as a brand ambassador for a certain brand. Smirnoff hires me, takes me, okay, you represent my brand. So I go to different bars training about Smirnoff. Different case. So I become a trainer for that itself. So that's another scope where you leave the bar and you start training people itself. That's another way of moving into it. So you work as a profile, you work as a brand ambassador for a certain liquor brand. So there are a lot of people doing that. I am the management they have started hiring bartender. Why? Because we know the knowledge. We have used other brands also. In comparison, we know. We live on the coast station, sir. We live on the coast station. Chapter, Darjeeling chapter, the taste kills it. Because a human person, because a human. Or a light color or a dark color. So those are things. Just not mixing on your solid and mixing on solid. So those are the things that we look into things itself. So you become a brand manager. Or you can also run a company called outdoor catering companies, freelance bartending, which have the biggest amount of money, okay, catering to events, music event, big companies come. Just like you mentioned, okay, NH7, okay, NH7, which is one of the biggest 3-day festival, music festival, okay, bands are different stages where world for different performers are bars like this, okay. And where do they get the bartenders? They have to hire from someone. They cannot get from the hotel. Okay? So you have a company, you cater to them itself. So you work as a freelance bartender with biggest money. Weddings. Okay? Here the funkies are, they pick up this if you go to weddings and all, drink or a bar around Delhi, it's a big thing in Delhi. Wedding money, which is they splurge money. Why is it? These are the things, the bar design. Just because of Delhi. So that is another big money itself. Yes, it is tough. It's not easy because everything happens in one day. It didn't even like you have to work for 5 days, 6 days, 7 days for planning on this for just one day itself, and you charge for that 5-6 days itself. In your bar, hotel bar fixed, and party the bar fixed. So you got to design your bar itself. And यतिजना मान्छे आउँदैछ, वी हेभ टु एन्टिसिपेट, यहाँ डान्स फ्लोर यहाँ छ, खाएपछि यङ्स्टर्सहरू यहाँ आउँछ, सर्ट्स खान्छ, यो खान्छ, सबै बार्स डिजाइन गरेर गर्नु छ, भेरी च्यालेन्जिङ. सो आउटडोर केटरिङहरू भन्छ, फ्रिलान्स बार्टेन्डिङ. अन्त कन्सल्टेन्सी इज द लास्ट थिङ द्याट आई नाउ एम डुइङ कन्सल्टेन्सी मोस्ट अफ द टाइम बिकज आई डोन्ट ह्याभ टाइम मच. न्यू बार खोल्दैछ, बारको डिजाइन कस्तो हुनुपर्छ, यति साइज छ, यति साइजमा कति साइज, कस्तो खालको डिजाइन, स्ट्रेट बार, आइल्यान्ड बार, हेक्सागन बार, डिफ्रेन्ट काइन्ड अफ सेप, कुन चाहिँ सामान कहाँ आउनुपर्छ, ब्याक एरिया कहाँ आउनुपर्छ. वाइ? बिकज इट हेल्प्स इन टर्म्स अफ यर एफर्ट. काम गर्दा एफर्ट तिम्रो कम एफर्टलेस हुन्छ काम गर्दाखेरि. बार डिजाइन गर्दाखेरि कन्सल्टेन्सी गर्दाखेरि ग्लासवेयर्स, कुन चाहिँ ग्लासवेयर राख्नुपर्छ, कतिवटा ग्लासेसहरू राख्नुपर्छ, इक्विपमेन्ट कुन चाहिँ हुनुपर्छ, कुन चाहिँ एङ्गलमा हुनुपर्छ, बेभरेजेस कुन चाहिँ ब्रान्ड राख्यो भने राम्रो हुन्छ. होइन, मैले ब्रान्ड त राम्रो सजेस्ट गरिसकेको तर चल्दै चलेन भने होइन. सो द्याट्स द रिजन वाइ एभ्रिथिङ इज हेज टु बी डन. कन्सल्टेन्सी इन टर्म्स अफ बार प्लान, मेन्यु प्लानिङ. एन्ड देन फाइनली ककटेल एन्ड मकटेल डिजाइन. एउटा चाहिँ हुन्छ हाम्रो क्लासिक ककटेल्स, जुन चाहिँ everywhere you go around the world, you find the same recipe. Bloody Mary, Gin Bullet, Mojito. It's a very classic Manhattan, Martini. It's a classic. Wherever you go, you make the same way. Only the brand change, but the style of service, the style of making, everything remains the same. Then we have contemporary cocktails or innovative cocktails. Which is the designers. Okay, years ago, you found DC. This is to DC use. New cocktails only for that particular bar, so which is very very challenging. चल्छ कि चल्दैन, विन्टरको लागि अलग्गै सेट बनाउनुहुन्छ, समरको लागि अलग सेट, किन विन्टरमा चिसो हुन्छ, जाडो हुन्छ, तातो ककटेल्सहरू, समरमा गरम हुन्छ, चिसो ककटेल्सहरू, कुलर्स, टल ड्रिङ्क्स. ओके, सो दे आर डिफ्रेन्ट साइजेस. सो ककटेल्स भनेदेखि टल खालि हुँदैन, सर्ट पनि हुन्छ, सर्ट्स लाइक द टिलर सर्ट. ओके, सो दे आर डिफ्रेन्ट काइन्ड अफ सर्ट कलरफुल ककटेल्स अल्सो. I did a bar called He Said, She Said. Bar. It was only bar in the world that served only shots. Or drink shots, shots. We designed around 155 different recipes for about 3 months of one of the recipes. Okay, He Said, She Said. So that's the kind of concept that people are coming in. Bar, again, different forms of bar. Restaurant, Chinese restaurant, specialty restaurants, multi-cuisine restaurants. अहिले जुन चाहिँ फेमस छ, it is a very safe to open. That kind of is called a resto bar. A resto bar चाहिँ कस्तो कन्सेप्ट हो भने रेस्टुरेन्ट पनि छ, बार पनि छ. मतलब खाना पनि फुल मेन्यू छ, ड्रिङ्कको पनि मेन्यू के छ, फुल छ. फरेन कन्ट्रीतिर गयो भने के हुन्छ, you have a specialized bar, a whiskey bar or a club which serves only drinks. त्यहाँ गएर तिमीले खाना अर्डर गर्छ भने खाना ट्याक्कै हुँदैन. बस्नु जग्गा एकदम कम, उबेरै ड्रिङ्क्स, ककटेल, डिनर, ड्रिङ्क्स गर्दै 6, 7:30, 8 o'clock you move out to a restaurant to have dinner. रेस्टुरेन्टमा अलग खान्छ जान्छ. आजकल चाहिँ के छ, don't go outside, stay in our place only. Because we have both food and drink. Those kind of bars are known as a resto bar. Okay? So resto bar ma सबै हुन्छ, लाइभ म्युजिक पनि हुन्छ, डान्स फ्लोर पनि गरिन्छ, फुड पनि हुन्छ, बार पनि हुन्छ, एक्सक्लुसिभ मेन्यू छ. Alright? Specialized bar ma चाहिँ whiskey bar, only specializing in whiskey. If you go to Gurung, there's a bar called Whiskey Samba. Okay, it serves around 500, 600 varieties of whiskies from all over the world. Only specializes in whiskies itself. Then we have Voda bar in Claridge's. Voda only vodka. Okay, vodkas from all over the European countries, Europe, North America, South America. I go vodka kind of thing. So those are called specialized bars. Then we have cocktail bars, which specializes in different kinds of cocktails itself. Okay. Captain Vic, so it's TGF Fridays. These are all cocktail bar kind of a concept. There you get varieties of cocktails itself. So this is where bartending goes. It's listless. It's amazing that the kind of innovation they go such. God never indicated. A bartender is a bartender who serves, makes drink, pours, serves to a customer also. But I chose to be different. I chose to go another scale. Consultant, be a trainer, training. Different bars, different brands, possibly one go. Teach it different. Why is it different? That we teach, okay? And then consultancy. So this is where the scope of work, if you do bartending, is you can rise that way. So it's not just limited to a bar. You can go beyond that. And the best thing you can do is open your own bar. That's the best thing that can happen. Okay, my friend Yangdup who we have partners earlier. He's opened one of the best bars in India today. They have cracked the India never considered as a bar destination ever. Okay, he has broken that barrier. He's made a bar called Sidecar. Sidecar is the name of a cocktail also, okay, classic cocktail. So Sidecar has cracked world to top 50 bars in India, but only one. Why? Because it is a bartender's bar. It is only experience zero level bar. So that is the kind of destination. India is still not approved by the IBA. IBA is International Bartenders Association. India ma kunai pani bar ya bartending school also IBA, nobody registers that. Why? Because we are not considered good enough to be leaders in the bar. India in ke price service ma haline price and kitchen ma. Bars or bartenders, if you go to cruise, I worked in cruise for a year. Filipinos ko category ni kyo bar party kind music. Indians, kitchen and service and housekeeping. This is the cruise line. That barrier has been broken by Indian bartenders. India, Devendra Saigal, one of my students has gone to Hong Kong. He became the best bartender in Hong Kong and represented Hong Kong. India Hong Kong represented Darjeeling world class bartending competition. So there he represented. Just for that, New York, one of the best hotels, this bartender from India. Now it is becoming a market that way. So bartending level has risen, but the basic thing is again comes to the grassroots level is knowledge. The more knowledge you have, the better you become. And all with that, then training is important. Training is when you have that practical exposure. Very important. So you should have that practical exposure. They was a shaking different. Everything is technicality itself. Shaking pouring flaring. Flaring is another style. Flaring is it's like what I call it is extra zinc to your bartending. Extra that is throwing bottles in the air. Okay, there is juggling. Juggling is done by jugglers. Okay, bar we call it as flare. Flare means this show. They don't know, flip a bottle in the air. Normally, you can't ice or pack or some bottle. So that's called flare itself. Okay, so flare bartending has become again very important. But again, it is up to you to showcase the skill itself. It is there. Okay, it is there. A lot of our bartenders from the hills have become very good bartenders now in across India itself, even abroad. Two of them are working in Dubai and one of the biggest bars. So that's the skill that they have. It's just not limited to one place. You have to go outside and showcase your skill itself. Then I think when you bring that experience, then that adds on to your value itself. Okay, so this is what bartending is all about. Okay, any questions you have? So demo, but anyways, later we'll do it later also. Okay, but this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning that we have tried out. Okay, I'm here. This is the beginning. But if you have any questions, you can just ask. Anyone drinks? Just one. Everyone drinks. Anyone drink? No? Yeah. And something to say. What do you drink? Do you drink? It's okay to drink, right? It's okay to drink. Till the time you drink logically. I also learned it that way. But I chose my friend. Last one I photo over why? Because you drink wisely. You cannot just drink, So, what you drink on the first one, it's all in your head. Nothing. It's nothing that more एक bottle per more and also there are some who have energy, that kind of body build, muscle mass is there, that can digest, good liver, okay. But down the line that will also go away, okay. It's all in the state of mind, okay. How much drink is enough for me? It's all state of mind itself, okay. So कतिलाई के एक पैक खाना लागेको जस्तो हुन्छ है, you feel a little dizzy, disoriented. So that's a sign. That's a sign saying that okay, today body will give you always a hint, okay. But if you don't listen to that hint, what happens? Then there's a disconnect between your heart and your functioning of your heart and your brain. Your heart starts. What happens? When you drink alcohol, it goes into your blood. How? Through your stomach lining. Because it's blood also. Through your stomach lining. Okay. Pani khanje, drink khanje, it goes into your stomach lining. Stomach lining. Alcohol pasपछि can pump हुन्छ. Heart. So alcohol gives that. Good feeling. Nice feeling. That is why it is given to people who are not well. They feel better. Why? Because they start feeling normal. Because the heart starts pumping blood faster. That's the first sign. Alik basic hai. Ajay basic. Pumps faster. They feel happy. Happy state. Alik basic hai. Then. यहाँ बेसी फास्ट हुन्छ यहाँ नर्मल छ हैन and आफू सिधै लाग्छ है आफूलाई सिधै लाग्छ नि त because your brain is normal but your energy is so high that you start you think you're talking normally you're communicating well because your brain is working fine but your heart is so fast your blood level is so fast your dizziness you feel like सिधा बसिरहेको छैन हैन आफूलाई सिधा लाग्छ नि That's why there's a disconnect. This is what alcohol does to your body. And how to remove alcohol from your body? It's already in your blood. Rest. That's the only way to get your hangover.
What about water?
Is it?
Water?
Water. It's all a myth. Everything is a myth. Sometimes myth works also, psychologically. Ulti the rain, fresh. It's all myth. Everything is a myth. Because your body can't. So only thing to get over is sleep. You got to sleep or have a tablet, hang. The quality of the drink that you drank. If it was a good quality drink, then no hang. But if it's a bad quality, cheap alcohol, congenius, digit body with the because the quality of the drink was so bad that is still in your blood. So that gives you the hangover. So if you have gone for oxygen, congenius. Those are chemical compounds. Alcohol does not have any smell, does not have any taste, does not have any color. Alcohol is like energy. It's colorless, odorless, tasteless. So energy breeding. The rest, flavors, smell, is all the chemical compounds, tannins. So that is the main thing that comes. So the quality from which you make your alcohol, sugar cane grapes taste that is how you distinguish things. You brandy whiskey green continuous you can never mix your drink. You should not mix too many drinks. You should make cocktails which are going side by side. Beer can go well with whiskey. Beer is also grain, whiskey also grain. Grain fermented, distilled. There are difference. Wine and beer, brandy, because both are grapes. Vodka, neutral. Vodka is neutral, can go with anything because it's filter out the so no smell, no taste. Vodka is neutral. So this is where the interesting part comes. That's called knowledge. So when you have knowledge, you impart knowledge to your customers. Why should you have beer with the fizz or without the fizz? With fizz, without fizz? Without fizz. How many without fizz? Nobody raising right? I heard that. With fizz. Always with fizz. But again, you're also right in your own way. Why? Because you like it with fizz. Without fizz. I like it with fizz. But fizz, kina, does it? Technicality. Why? How much of fizz? 1 inch, 2 inch fizz. Why? So fizz does it protects your CO2 from escaping. There was CO2 in sir. A flat normal is the fizz and the fizz go through zigzag is like a maze for the CO2 to come out. So with every sip, you're getting that refreshing effect of your beer itself. Okay? That is very, very important. To enjoy your beer, fizz is very important. But again, it's your choice. Ultimately, there again, technical, that's where the knowledge comes in. But that's your choice. So every client is right in his or her own way. There is no right thing of serving a drink or no wrong thing of serving a drink. I know. Proper glass size. It's okay. That's his way of drinking it. He likes it. My job is to make him happy. That is what bartending. We mold. We have to change. So unlike restaurant, bar multi different sir, service is different. Restaurant same service. Hi, good evening, sir. Sit down. You present the menu. Take the order. Will take so much time. Service. Anything more? Thank you very much. With every client, we do the same. Restaurant. Bar, free. First one, free, sir. Hi, sir. How are you? 1, 2, 3, 4. How are you doing? Good. Anything else? First few hours. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Hi, what can I get you? No, how are you, Keshan? Why? Because time is money for me now. I have to do my business. So, thank you very much. Enjoy your drink. Ajay Bidwa, 10, 11 baje. No place. Beer. 300 rupees. You can't do that in a restaurant. You can't do it first give me some money. That's only your food. You can't do bar, you have to do that. Why? Because if you give beer, pocket why? Everyone looks the same. Light is blinking, you can't hear anything. So that is the service of bar. Bar maestro. So it's never the same thing every time. Every time is different. Like cool off unsa, then again you start the protocol. So bar maestro ulta bani service. First cash, then just to the bar service is that way. So it's a very, very interesting thing. So it has that mix bar. So that is what makes it more interesting. But again, always smiling. The energy, that energy comes from the bar. Bar the whole place becomes, there's no energy in the bar. The energy comes from the bar. It's the heart of our, the bar, the heart of the bar counter. The more energy you have, the better for you. Just those bars. It's a nerve center. Okay. Any questions, please shoot. Any questions, please.
So if they want to specialize in bartending,
Yeah.
so some good institutes in India.
One is mine. Mixologik. Mixologik. Logic. Not with the IC, with the IK. So it's just a twist. Right? You can mixing with the logic. Obviously, you have to use logic. So Mixologik is that. Cocktails and Dreams, the one that I started earlier, is run by Yangdup and now on a team. That's in Delhi. IBO in Mandesa, Delhi Mesa, and Bombay Mesa.
What would be the duration and the cost?
Again, duration all depends upon the time and the number of days that you have. So the most normal is 2 months, 5 days a week, 3 hours a day. That's the most natural suited for your bar. Earlier we used to have 6 months, 6 months, 3 months, say 3 days a week, 3 hours a day. And next 3 months we just send for training. And I'll check it out. I'll just separate concisely 2 months, 5 days a week. After that, straight away training and work on in a job with the friends in a bar, so that because training when the other institute or other hotels and all will take advantage. A trainee ho, professional training you need to pay him a salary. At the same time, he's also learning. They don't give you a big salary, but they'll give you a good salary to make sure that you can.
And how much will that be? Some ballpark figure
Ballpark figure in Delhi, you'll be getting around 10 to 12,000
for start.
start.
By the time you're very successful, it's given how much
Okay, then you can demand. You can demand. Once you have got 3 years, after a year, 25 to 30. That's just the figure I'm saying is just the management. Then you have tips, which is also service charges are also. They are also. Nowadays it's being distributed in a common centrally Barca. So the better your team, the better your restaurant or your bar, the more folks you get also. Just the minutes. But never depend upon that. Just depend upon what you get first. That is extra, pocket money extra. That cannot never be predicted. But there is a concept in Carnival Cruise. Carnival Cruise was $100 as a salary. They'll give you $100, okay, and they'll put it on a bar ship. And the bar ship service charges. Every sale service charges. So this service charges monthly basis. But it also depends upon what kind of cruise you are going. If you are in a Bahamas cruise or a Mexican cruise, you've got a lot of youngsters that are beach party. But if you go to an Alaska cruise, so you're only $100 salary. But you can Alaska no service. Come to order brandy and there are quite a company. But if you go to that side, otherwise they have a fixed salary. Fixed salary.
And since you are in California, you are conducting some kind of courses.
I have.
If anyone is interested.
Yeah, I have stopped it for now because I'm into another making into my retreat, my own retreat. But I'll be starting soon. I did entire venues as account here. Now I'm just waiting for everything to settle in place. Probably February is the target that I'm looking at to do my course. So most probably we'll start.
So this is for your knowledge. Always better to enhance your knowledge. While you're doing this BSc of hospitality management, if you can do this kind of courses, sitting right here in California.
Absolutely. Hotel management or specialized it will be easier for you to get into that more cheaper. But if you're clueless, what to do management that will lead you to nowhere and you'll be a very unhappy person at the end of 5 years. So you have to decide, this is the right time to decide for you. Department what suits me. It's very, very decisive, very, very important part. Juncture, at this point, very important. Okay. At least now we are there to guide you. Not to buy the although I may be good at certain things, but our main focus is hotel management also, but you may have a good thing in you. You find out for yourself. You are big enough now to decide what is good for you and what makes you happy. At the end of the time, whatever makes you happy, give on those. Now, since you're already into hotel management, there's no escape. But now, you have to choose which department, what to do. It suits me. Okay, training money. Once you go into training website, you'll be able to figure out your department, so you will find your calling. Like I found for myself. Questions? Cost charges of 25,000 for 2 months. That is practical.
Is it necessary to have hotel management knowledge to start the career in this section?
It is not very important, but if you have, it's always an advantage. Because you will be gaining promotion very quickly if you have a backing of your hotel management. If you have a space from a college and you want to do it, you can do it. But what happens is grasping that knowledge, because you already follow with all the hotel skills, hotel whereabouts, so that will be easy for promotion from income services. Just a graduate करने के अति अच्छी ना छिटो पाउँछ हैन हामीले अब जस्तो हामी 12
Fundamental interest गर्छु भनेर यस्तो जान्छु भनेर
हुन्छ त्यही हुन्छ तर but it's always better to have a management background because that will give you more elaborate knowledge about how the hotel functions. It will always give you
Any questions from the students? Actually, you all should be having a lot of questions now. If you are thinking, you will have questions. If you are not thinking, if you are fiddling with the mobile like some of you doing, you will not have any questions.
Ali whiskey cocktail like that something right? And you should ask questions if you have any questions, no matter how silly the question may be helping other people also. It's a good question. Any question is a good question at this point of time. One thing about hotel management is don't feel shy. Your job is shy when you come, you will not be successful. You have to be talking, you have to be upfront. Okay? This is a job which requires a lot of conversation happening. If you don't converse, then it's very difficult for you to get into this job itself. But under the conversation, is here. Normal conversation. Good conversation. Yeah.
What will be the most expensive cocktail?
Again, it depends upon the expensive one. It depends upon what brand you are using to make this cocktail. A cocktail costs there are restaurants margarita, right? Margarita, 250 rupees. Okay. Then you go to another restaurant, 350 rupees. If you go to a 5-star hotel, 650 rupees. If you go to a 7-star hotel, 950 rupees. Same cocktail. Why? Because the brand that they are using is a superior quality brand. So, if you're using top brands, obviously the cost of the cocktail will be very, very expensive. You create a specific cue. So it depends upon what brand you are using. Just I'm a local, I know. Yes, RS, Royal Japanese whiskey. Okay, that is a domestic. I know. Here, one level mati whiskey comes IMFL, the Indian made foreign liquor like teachers. 100 pipers, about 69. That is the high level. Here one blended Scotch whiskies. Blended money also say all the like a Bartending, Johnny Walker red label, right? Here one Johnny Walker black label, yeah, she was 12 years old. Here one she was 18, yeah, Johnny Walker gold label. Here one Johnny Walker 21 years old, yeah, she was 21. So 21 years mature, na? Here one and there is a separate cask for Johnny Walker Vanilla. Or this of not so it has become very costly itself. So it depends on what you want to use. So the categorization is very important. So it's basically regular, premium, deluxe, super deluxe margins. So what brand you use, the price becomes higher and higher. Innovation, the quality is also better. Mongo quality is better than Mongo. So that's the reason why it becomes expensive. So, do you know what 12 years old, 18 years old whiskey means? What it means?
Imagine the age of the whiskey.
Age of the total whiskey.
Yeah.
Okay. That is age of the youngest blend of whiskey. This is Johnny Walker trading. Johnny Walker Black Label 12 years old. To make one Johnny Walker Black Label, total 44 whiskies from different parts of Scotland and Tanzania. 44 whiskies. They baniन्छ त्यो 44 whiskies मा सबै मिलाएर टेस्ट त्यही आउनु पर्यो चाहे आज बनाऊ या भोलि बनाऊ या 5 साल बनाऊ त्यही आउँछ हैन त्यो 44 whiskies मा सबसे सानो whiskey को एज चाहिँ others are more older than that. That means the youngest whiskey which is used in that 12 years old is this age. So in Scotland, 12 years old in खाली सुरु गर्छ because they think it's worth mentioning only if they are more than 12 भन्दा मुनि आउँदैन. सिंगल मल्टमा चाहिँ आउँछ. सिंगल मल्ट भनेपछि एउटा जग्गा खाली. जस्तो मैले बनाएँ मेरो आफ्नो हो, बाहिरको मिक्स गरेको छैन. सिंगल मल्ट चाहिँ मेरो आफ्नो. त्यसै देन यु क्यान राइट 10 years old. 10 years दिन सुरु हुन्छ. Whereas blended चाहिँ मिक्स गरेर बनाउँछ अलग अलग जग्गाको. ब्लेन्डेड भन्ने बित्तिकै यंगेस्ट लेखेको नाम चाहिँ 12 सालको चाहिँ मेन्सन हुन्छ. उनी 12 भन्दा
So single malt is best or blend and scotch?
whiskey is it like Darjeeling tea good or the masala tea good? Could be your choice, no? And after choice, some will like black normal tea, Darjeeling tea. Some will like masala tea. And some will like more sugar. Some will like less sugar. Some will like more milk. Some will like less milk. Tea the tea, so it's the same. It becomes your choice.
So I wanted to know about rum, brandy, and whiskey difference, sir. Well, one is like everything.
Rum, brandy, whiskey. The three major alcohol. Okay, alcohol history ma चाहिँ के थियो भने first alcohol बनाउँदा चाहिँ they wanted Egyptians भन्छ. That's the history. Again, it's a myth. Nobody is sure whether they were looking for an elixir. Elixir भनेको के भने एउटा magical liquid. पहिला पहिला चाहिँ पक्का साइन्टिस्ट हुँदैन alchemist the word al भनेको चाहिँ मिडल इस्ट alchemist केमिस्ट्रीमा रिसर्च गर्ने मिक्सअप गर्ने they were looking for एउटा magical अमृत नेपालीमा अमृत इङ्ग्लिसमा elixir हुन्छ त्यस्तो खाने नि त्यो मैले खायो भने चाहिँ म चाहिँ हुँदै हुँदैन यङ स्ट्रङ अलवेज नेभर डाई त्यस्तो खाले खोज्दा चाहिँ के निक्यो alcohol भन्ने ALKOHL alcohol भन्ने एउटा प्रडक्ट निक्यो त्यो खाँदा चाहिँ के हो पहिला के हो म त भयङ्कर भएछु but it just lasted for a few hours okay, but later decided to just okay so some people say the first drink in the world was wine okay because wine ma ke huncha grapes le bhanन्छ wines okay grapes लाई जुस निकाल्छ जुस लाई ferment गर्छ ferment गरेपछि त्यसलाई डिस्टिल गरेपछि brandy हुन्छ okay whiskey is made from grains अनाज हैन most common barley भनेपछि के okay जौ okay most is thing US मा चाहिँ जुन चाहिँ US को हुन्छ मोस्टली corn मकै को हुन्छ अमेरिकन whiskey is mostly 51